Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are here with Edgeworth, looking mad at us, and we're going to continue. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yep, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else. Pal, Detective Gumshoe. I'm not detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oh, don't worry, I already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. What do you mean, Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gunn's done it. Again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse tests to satisfy. Settle down, White. Remember what the judge said? But Chief, that's not a right. That is not a right to be casually involved. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the Chief refused to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma? I'm sorry about what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved. Yeah, I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone knew her. Said she's changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gunn's order. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything or everything that Chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't blame yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gunn may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait here? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, White. It's time to end this. Oh, there's to be continued here. Well, that's pretty damn convenient. Should I just continue playing yesterday then? Let's say here. February 25, 2:21 p.m. District Courtroom number 9. Now then, will the defendant, Mrs. Lana Skye, please take the stand? Mrs. Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're all aware of what is required of you. But, Miss Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with a testimony, Mrs. Lana Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth. No matter what happened, it's always... okay. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gunn. Everything hangs on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to his blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Not sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense, of course, I'm sure. But Lana, if this is true, then that means Chief Gaunt has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. I was 24 then, so it would be 5 years. Detective Gaunt and Detective Sky was legendary partner. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to his blackmailing theory. But think about it, Mrs. Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you can't present in court is useless as an idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago, all by myself. Did you do that so to help your sister? Joe Duck was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She would have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana? So that's why you fabricated evidence 2 years ago. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted in... It had nothing to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it, period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence. She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for that happening. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my action. Mr. Wright, my sister is lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She's insisted the fabrication, the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. I worked alongside Grant for years. There's nothing to it behind this blackmail theory. To all by myself. My only motivation was to get Doc convicted. So you went into the crime scene. Are you sure you this to keep Emma from looking? Okay. Okay. I had already answered to that question. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasizing all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change my statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Wound up being killed by Doc. Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was all lying on the floor, a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her eyes with more lies. All you just protect me? All you want to protect her? Okay. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Doc's knife and planted it inside the wound when the ball moved. You planted the tip of Doc's knife, then you moved the body? But why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake. When you showed up the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you seduced. It was by Chief Gunn's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain it in more detail. The reason Mrs. Sky moved the body. The piece of the jaw was shattered during the event. Of the event, yeah? Piece of the jaw, you mean? Yes. That one jaw you showed us earlier. In order to show that Doc committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jaw was already, of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Nemos was dead and Doc was lying unconscious. In other words, jaw must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jaw shattered at the time of the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there was more to it than that. There must be a contradiction there somewhere. Emma, I committed this fabrication completely alone. The piece of the jaw that shattered during the event threatened... Oh, god damn it. Okay, the piece of the jaw shattered. Mrs. Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene when Neil Marshall was murdered? If that's true, were to be exposed the past 2 years of your life? Will it have been in vain? Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony. You testify, and I quote, "The piece of the jaw that shattered during the event threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have any problem with that? It's simple oversight, really. You see, the message was written on the jaw with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecution must have written his final moment. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jaw, it must not yet have been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the tooth was we had. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. Well, piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Jar and the message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room, so I didn't have the time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about is wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Doc was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. I immediately noticed blood traces on the jaw, so the jaw was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. I thought it looks as feeble as a defense case, but not as feeble as the judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate that was written on the jar? Normally I would have. but there was dark in the room, so I didn't notice it. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them into dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? It seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you lose your chances to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Okay. I don't want to miss anything again. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Doc killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could have done in this situation? I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It would have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminoid whenever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister is really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. She's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out that contradiction in her testimony. The final possibility that might turn everything around. But what? To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I got them out. All I could think was wiping them clean before they were discovered. No! Not out the stain on the pot. Mr. Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gunn's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with the only explanation. On the night of Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gunn got there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss them, let alone an 8th detective. It may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my denture. They were all in my mouth, all along. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When the witness arrived, the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gaunt at the time he was looking. Chief Dark downstairs. The question is if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No. Wait, I'm not the one who's on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar on purpose, hiding one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Count do that? In light of what happened afterward, isn't it clearly what happened afterward? Discovering the scene of Lana's Sky, believing her sister Emma killed the victim, determining to help her sister, so she saw Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her creating evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Mrs. Sky became Chief's puppet. Oh, no, I did it on my own. Please, sister, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore, for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorney makes up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right? So do you tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Mrs. Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma accidentally killed a prosecutor Marshall. Might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mrs. Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Well, I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, the witness may now testify once more for the final time. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor. Emma and Doc were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I arranged all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword. You were the only one who saw that if only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What to me? The picture I took the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any picture from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? Let's check the evidence. Okay. Oh no. Hey, there's a picture here. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene? No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contracted criminal affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Mr. Wright? The piece cut out from the west, could that be the cloth we found inside Chief Gun's safe? What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they are yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning out purple like me? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush the real murderer. Very well, the defense may not... Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body. Come on now, Algie. Is this the poorest excuse for a trial I ever seen? Oh, Chief Gaunt. What now? And what? Now you want to make me out as a bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make a statement of any sort. This must be what that risk we were talking about earlier. You sit back and relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. The noose. Gah. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statement. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can testify, I can still present evidence. Yeah, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So what? Your excuse, right though? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves not over Neil Marshall caused his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is that true, Mr. Wright? If I show this piece of evidence now, it must sure to be made as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if anything, you will be the one who appear before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think through this carefully. I can't afford to make... Should I present that piece of evidence? The one shows who really killed Miss... Sorry for this weird cut. There was a lot more in the video than I expected, and it couldn't be all made in one video. So this is going to be a two-parter. This is going to be the first part, and tomorrow or next time you're gonna see the next part. Sorry about that, but I have already played through the game, and next episode is gonna be the last episode. So I hope you had all fun and enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Have a nice day and goodbye.